when some of you go to Credit Karma. If you go to Credit Karma and you pull up FICO, you're going to see two different credit scores. Now, it's not saying that Credit Karma's credit scores are incorrect. Credit Karma scores are correct for the algorithm being used, but majority of lenders use what? FICO. Credit Karma does not use FICO. They use what is called a Vantage scoring model. So it's not that the scores are wrong, it's just not the industry standard that is widely used. The FICO and the Vantage scoring models, right? Like these can differentiate by at least 100 points. It could be more, it could be less. But because there are different algorithms, different standards being used, you cannot compare a Credit Karma or a Vantage 3.0 or 4.0 with a FICO 8, a FICO 9, or a FICO 10T. There are different scoring models with different algorithms for different things. Guys, FICO or Fair Isaacs Corporation, it is not a government entity. It is not a credit bureau because there's no credit. It is a company that uses a algorithm that generates a risk score based on information gathered, procured, bought, sold, theft by consumer reporting agencies. Consumer reporting agencies collect your information from many different sources. They compile that data, and then that data is now put inside a algorithm, a mathematical risk score algorithm that generates a credit score that says, are you worthy to be lent to? That's what that means. A consumer reporting agency cannot furnish a consumer report without written permission from the consumer to whom it relates to. LexisNexis, Innovis, SageStream, ARS, LCI, CoreLogics. These are also check systems. These are also consumer reporting agencies. Let me ask you guys a question. A consumer reporting agency cannot furnish a consumer report without written permission from a consumer to whom it relates to. If Experian is buying information from LexisNexis, LexisNexis is producing what? A consumer report. Did you give Experian any written permission to purchase or to use or to get that information from LexisNexis? No consent is identity theft. Someone used an identification. How do they know who you are? Someone used an identification of you without lawful authority or knowingly without a permissible purpose. 18 USC 1028A, aggravated identity theft, guys. Come on. So if we're talking about the base FICO score, base FICO, like FICO 8, FICO 9, those are base scores. So those score ranges from 300 to 850. But there's industry specific scores like the bank card score, the auto loan score, the mortgage scores. These one can range anywhere from 250 to 900. All right, there's different versions of the FICO score, and they range specifically for industries specific to the need for the extension of credit. So not all credit scores are FICO scores. That's the first thing, right? So for over 25 years, FICO scores have been the industry standard, right? It's an industry standard. It doesn't mean it's law. It doesn't mean it's the only one. It's just an industry standard that is used. The term consumer report means any written, oral, or other communication of any information by a consumer reporting agency bearing on a consumer's credit worthiness, credit standing, credit capacity, character, general reputation, personal characteristics, or mode of living, which is used or expected to be used or collected in whole or in part for the purpose of serving as a factor in establishing the consumer's eligibility for A, credit or insurance to be used primarily for personal, family, or household purposes. B, employment purposes. Or C, any purpose authorized under Section 1681B of this title. Guys, did any of you hear anything about a FICO score or any score in the definition of what your consumer report is? Did anyone hear any mention of a credit score, a FICO score, or a Vantage score in the definition of your consumer report? Did anyone hear that?